Then there's the free kittens cards over here. So, just any of them. Yep, that one. The moon landing is a hoax. Who's more foolish, the fool or the fool who follows him? And the force is strong with this one. Those are going to be the free kitten phrases that Trevor's got to incorporate into his set. Guys, Trevor Kelley! Woo!
God damn! Stephen Hawking's been working out. What? Here, can we bring this,
How do you want it?
I don't know, like, so I can hold it with this hand. I don't like this hand. It's the evil hand. Ah, that's better. Yeah. Solid. Cool. Thank you. Of course. All right. I'm just gonna dump this thing on the ground, huh? Oh my god. Here, turn it toward me.
Come on, Jason, help me out a little bit.
Look at this shit. What the fuck? Yeah, I think so. All right, so, yeah, Stephen Hawking, been working out, pretty good. Honestly, this is just an act. I just want to make you wonder what my ass looks like. Instead of wondering what, if my penis works. Because I'll give you a hint though. One of these is a leg. And the other is also a leg. I've been reading a lot of science. A lot of scientific articles and stuff lately, specifically this thing that was like talking about, time and our place as humans in time. And like 3 billion years ago, like the first eukaryotes, the first like little protein chains started like, replicating themselves, and then millions of years go by and it's like the first cell comes to be, and millions of years go by and the first like bacteria and algae and shit, and then like go millions more years and we got fish, and those fish come onto land and they're lizards, and those lizards become dinosaurs and fucking birds and little mouse, like animals and shit, and then like millions more years go by and primates come to be, and then millions more years and those primates become humans, and 3 billion years later, and this is the shit I get. A good fucking work, nature. I mean, my body, it's a prison, but I wouldn't trade it with, like, I don't know, you. No thanks, dude. When I went to school, anybody here ride the bus on, take the bus to school? Yeah, I got to take the short bus. That shit was amazing. Because it was like our own little group of superheroes, There was like the kid with like a brain on the outside of his skull, but it was still covered with skin. He probably had mind powers or something. There was like the, dude with Down syndrome, like, beefcake guy, super retard strength, There was the girl. She was kind of hot, all things considered. If you could get past the drooling, you could really get up in there. There was me. Obviously, I'm like the weapons guy or some shit. I don't know. But I remember there was a kid that, like, right next to me, in a wheelchair as well, obviously. He had the coolest thing. He had this like bag on the side of his chair, And I asked the bus aide, I'm like, what is that thing? And she's like, oh, well, that's his colostomy bag. And I was like, oh, what does that do? And she's like, oh, that's where he goes potty. And I was like, I fucking want one of those. I went home and I begged my mom. I was like, can I please have this colostomy bag? please. And she's like, no. And I'm like, you're a terrible parent. Do you know how hard it is to go to the bathroom, Mom? I don't just stand there and let it fly. I need a fucking bag to put it in. Then I can just never think about it ever again. Unless they're like Pops or something. Let it go, let it go. I've been studying sign language in an attempt to be a little more cultural with my people, my disabled people. Obviously, I have something of a speech impediment. I'm told I sound like a deaf person sounds, but just in sign language. So I'll be like, hello, can you help me, please? Yeah, you're all terrible people. It's not all bad. There are some obviously there are some downsides, as you might imagine, to being this way. For example, some songs that are like really happy for all you normies are pretty sad, you know? Like when fucking Van Halen comes on and it's like, jump! Da, 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 da. Or like the Proclaimers come on and it's like, and I want to walk 500 miles, and I'm in the corner just weeping. I would. Oh God, I would. Yeah, I've been looking into, well, you know, I was thinking about skiing, and like,
Jesus.
Can you imagine like the first fucking guy that like went skiing? Like he probably Sonny Bono'd the shit out of himself.
Oh God.
And then some other guy was like, fuck, that was awesome. And did that too. Did you know they have para-skiing? Like, they like strap you to a fucking thing? And you just, I guess you go and you pray to God? I'm like, why would I do that ever? Like, all that could possibly come from that is crippling myself further. Like, yeah, my body's a prison, but I can feel every inch. Stupid idea. The first time I saw a urinal, it really stuck with me. Because, I mean, it was amazing. Because, you know, we'd had a toilet at my house, and, you know, but like this thing, you just stand there and pee, and that's it. And I was like, that's amazing. I'm gonna use one of those. I like made it my goal in 6th grade. And I saved up my pee all day. I figured the extra pressure differential would be necessary.
Oh God.
And I waited, and my moment finally came. And everybody had left, and I was in the locker room, you know, where the urinal was, and I was like, I'm gonna use this bad boy. And I wheel up to it, and then I realized my initial plan required a dick a foot longer than I had. So I was like, okay, well, I don't give up, okay? I never surrender, okay? Yeah, that's right. Watch out, Russia. So I was like, I'm gonna figure this shit out, and I hooked my hand on the pipe on the back, well, obviously first, of course, step 1, pull your pants and underwear down to your ankles. Yeah. Because that's what I thought, and I climbed up, and I'm like, kind of precarious, and I'm like, okay, I think I'm clear, I'm gonna let her fly, and I fell. Stuck between this urinal and my wheelchair. And I'm like, oh God, if someone catches me, I'm gonna be sent back to special ed forever. So I still gotta pee real fucking bad. And I'm like, oh my God, okay, what do I do? Okay, and I look over here, there's like a grate, you know, like a hole grate thing on the ground. And I'm like, okay, well, that's probably for drainage. I think I'm just gonna let it fly. And hopefully it all goes down the drain and this all goes away. I pee, and the tip was not clear of my pants, and I soaked my pants, and it's all over my wheelchair. And to put it, to boot, it's like a decorative drain or something. It has no function whatsoever. So it's just a huge puddle of my piss on the floor. I'm soaked, but I feel a lot better. And I shimmy back up, and I get my pants back on. And I'm like, oh, okay, let's put this all behind us. And in walks the janitor. I'm like, this kid came in here and he peed on me. He peed all over the floor. I'm pretty sure he bought it. Anybody in here drinking tonight? Yeah. Oh God, I love drinking. Obviously, my mom did too. The best part about that joke is she's like, you don't ever joke about me, do you? No, Mom, I would never dare. No, but I was drinking one night at the bar, and time to go home. It's pretty close to my house. I'm in my electric wheelchair, which I have. This is not it. This is not electric, if you can use your fucking eyeballs. And so I'm driving home, and these lights start flashing behind me, and I'm like, oh, some cop's pulling some bitch over, man. Whoa, he's so fucking screwed. Pulls up alongside me, he's like, sir, can you please pull the vehicle over? I'm like, what, into the fucking grass, or what? So he gets out, he's like, you got a license to drive that thing? I was like, no. Like, they just give them out. I mean, not to whoever wants one, but And you got one?
You got one.
What, do I? Oh my God! I just realized. No, but he's like, you've been drinking tonight? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, well, I could give you a DUI. And I'm like, well, you want me to walk home? The fuck do you want, bro? He's like, well, you just better, you just be careful. And he drove away. And I'm like, why is this guy gonna give me a fucking DUI? What's gonna happen? I go into the road, get completely obliterated, and leave a dent in somebody's car? Yeah, fucking fine me for that shit. That's proof the lunar landing was a hoax right there. The cops faked it, man. I've actually been watching a lot of Star Wars. I have a bunch of Star Wars material, so this is fucking lucky as shit. So I've been watching Star Wars, and something struck me the other day. You know what makes Anakin Skywalker the most evil fucking piece of shit in the galaxy? He made C-3PO, and he gave C-3PO the personality of a fucking British twat. Why would you do that? You're like, I'm gonna make a droid and I'm gonna make him a cunt. Why? If I was making C-3PO, I'd give him the personality of a cool, unflusterable black man. You're flying in your space battle and shit, and he's like, the odds of getting out of this is 7,333 to 1. I'd be like, let's do this. Or he's like, I can speak over 6 million different forms of communication. And I'm like, God damn, I am very aroused. Why would you not do that? Dude, fucking Obi-Wan? Why did anyone trust Obi-Wan? He is a weird fucking dude. This old, strange uncle out in the desert. He's like, Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's a name I've not heard in a long time. Fucking long time. How old are you, Luke? You're like, what, you're fucking 18? You're 19? Goddamn, Luke. What a long time that is, Luke. Damn, Luke, I've been alone a long time. He's that weird drunk uncle that nobody fucking listens to. Who's the more foolish, the fool or the fool who follows him? The dumbass who asked that question. Oh, also, you know what else is weird about just Star Wars in general is the whole concept of like the virgins in the Force. Like the Force was so strong around this woman, it coalesced into like a penis of some kind, impregnated Anakin's mom, and everybody's like, well, I mean, you know, that happens. The Force is strong with this one, I don't know. I was also watching, anybody in here ever seen The Civil War by Ken Burns? You ever seen that documentary? So you know how, it's like you have like a black and white photo of two people who, like the only happiness they've ever known is like 6 of their 12 children dying at birth, you know, never smile, you know what I'm talking about? And it like slowly zooms in, you know? And it's like, well, my wife died today. She hit herself repeatedly in the neck with a rake. Yeah, I knew it was the Lord's will because it happened. John O. Smoot, 1861. And like, why are you so cheery about this? Like they're fine. They're like, it's like, you're okay with this? Like the Wild West, or there's always like the love letter one, you know? It's like, my sweetest Edward, our remaining 2 living sons died today. They ran directly headfirst into each other and bit their own tongues off and bled out. I knew it was all right because the Lord willed it, and you and I could possibly make more. Emma Clark, 1861. Yeah, I love those things, man. It really makes me feel okay about how life is right now. And if they can be cheerful about that shit, we can be cheerful about, like, Donald Trump, you know? No, don't clap for that shit. You're so positive. Bless your heart. Anybody in here own pets? Woo! Dude, I have 3 cats. I fucking love those cats. And you know, the thing about owning pets is like every pet owner has created this like pages and pages of fictitious backstory about their pets. Like for me, for example, I'm like this like ancient king, you know, and my 3 cats are my sons, and I'm like, oh, you, Julius, you are too weak to rule the kingdom when I die. You will not inherit anything. You shall be captain of the guard. And you, Fidel, you are strong. You are wise, Fidel. You have power over your brothers. You shall inherit all of this when I die. And Fidel, Fidel, come back here. You stupid cat, Fidel. I am proud of you, Fidel. You're a good boy. Oh, so cute, the nuzzles. And Fluffy Cat, the betrayer. You think I do not know of your cowardice? You think your plotting and evil has gone unnoticed by me? You shall be banished upon my death, and the only reason you yet remain is because of your mother's love. I shall see you hanged, my boy.
you shall be strewn apart and broken like the coward you are. Your viscera will hang from these walls, and I shall rest easy.
And it's like, my God, it's just a cat. I'm Trevor Kelley. Thank you, guys.
Guys, Trevor Kelley, keep it going! But seriously, keep it going!